Pessoal, tudo bem com vocês? Quem fala é o Foda-se. Deus abençoe. Tô passando aqui no começo do vídeo para pedir para vocês se inscreverem, se gostou, deixar o like, compartilhar e bora lá continuar as aventuras do menino Claivão. Esse é o irmão do Joshua. E cara, ainda tem um monte de missão secundária para fazer. Mas bora lá. É assim que sobe de nível. Nova carta, entrega aos aposentos de Clive. Meu Deus.
There's something about it.
Não acaba. Deixa eu fazer essas aqui primeiro, porque senão eu vou esquecer.
I will not let them be forgotten.
Fala, tiozão.
Sid, may I have a moment?
Of course.
It is an honor to finally speak with you. My name is Herman. I've been with the Curse Breakers for some time now, and I wish to be deployed to Ash. Any assignment will do.
No. The lands across the Narrow are too dangerous. I will not send good men and women to risk their lives needlessly. Why would you want to go back?
I need to retrieve something. Something important. I was raised in an orphanage. The Badbach Conservatory. Or rather, I was held captive there. It was not a place of nurture. It existed solely to turn bearer children into mindless weapons. We were tortured until we feared no pain. Tormented until our hearts turned to stone, and few ever survived long enough to become tools of the last king.
I can't imagine.
I lost so many. I can't even remember all their names, but they must be remembered. They cannot fade away. The Institute was run with military precision. Every child measured, every name recorded. Sid, allow me.
You were a good friend, Herman. But the fact remains that Ash is simply too dangerous.
Sid, please. Even should it cost me my life.
Too dangerous for you, Herman. But not for me. I'll go to Badbach and find the registry.
You will?
I won't let you risk your life.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can start
Com dinheiro.
find this orphanage.
Vida Grace. Hidden in a forest.
All right.
Eu já estive lá. Já estive lá. Nossa, essas crianças de novo.
What do you think happened to Miss Middledore?
Sid, you have to help us.
With what? You didn't take apart another of Mid's contraptions, did you?
No? Well, yes, but that's not what we want to talk to you about.
It's Miss Middledore. She's been acting strange. Very strange. She's barely ever around.
When she is, she acts like we're not even there. Her head's in a crowd.
In the clouds.
And that's what I said, in the clouds.
Well, she does have a lot on her mind. When did you last see her?
Not long ago. Right after she got back from saving you from Stonehenge.
Then it's probably just about the Enterprise. It did take quite a battering on the way there and back.
You didn't break it, did you, Sid? You really should be more careful around... Don't listen to her. Even if you did break the Enterprise, you could put it back together, couldn't you?
Who's gonna put Miss Middledore back together?
Why don't I go and see if I can cheer her up?
You do that? For dungeon.
Don't scare him. It's not a real dungeon.
Thanks for the warning.
De olho no céu. Fala, Milha, as crianças estão enchendo seu saco.
Mid, if you have a...
That's it! I knew it! The answer was right here under my arse all along! If this doesn't steer to the skies, nothing will!
To the skies? You aren't trying to give the Enterprise wings, are you?
What else would I be doing?
The children seem to think you're avoiding them. They're worried about you. Is this really so important that you need to shut yourself away from everyone?
The Enterprise is already the fastest ship in the realm, and that's with the sea beneath her. But what if she weren't bound to the waves? What if she weren't bound to anything at all? It's not fair. The gods get the skies all to themselves, so I'm gonna do something about it. The Fallen had their chance, but they relied too much on magic. And see where that got them? But not me. I've discovered how to do it without. Well, almost. First, I need to make a prototype.
And is that a one-woman job?
Are you volunteering? I'll have you know the Enterprise is my baby. But if her godfather's offering to lend a hand, I'd be happy to take it.
A vaca sobrar pra mim.
And not just some old drippings from Miss Molly's spits in the tub and crown. Refined stuff, like they make in Ordill. Then I'll need some bone, or shell. Light, strong, preferably no longer attached to the beast it belongs to.
If it's beast bones you're after, I'm sure the curse breakers will know where you might find some.
No, they'll know where you might find some. You're the one who offered to help, remember?
I should speak with one of the curse breakers before I set off for Old Hill. See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well.
Ai, ai.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project?
All this time, my heart has wandered hither and thither in search of the perfect companion. When all along he was here, standing right beside me.
Eu, hein? Essa menina é doida.
All right, Sid. Come to buy us around, have you?
Only if you earn it. Mid needs a piece of light but durable bone for her next project. You've encountered your share of beasts on your travels across the realm. Any ideas?
Most bones are the same. Whack 'em hard enough and they'll break. If it's durability you're looking for, shell will serve you better. You know what an adamantus is?
I do. And I know to give them a wide berth. Will any old adamantus do?
Well, with shells, the older the harder. There's a rumour of an ancient adamantus down in Corrava, near old Bidza. Or what's left of the village anyway. But don't expect to make quick work of the bastard. There's a reason it's lived as long as it has.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Damatuga botou o pau na mesa. Onde que é? Não.
It's oil. After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all.
Cadê essa bagaça agora?
This should be enough.
Vamos lá, Joshua.
Come on.
Vamos voltar a mandar uma tuga. Gente,
Back.
desce, claro. Tá louco batendo na minha ambrosa, tio. Ó. Hora errada. Ixi, me deu uma leve bugada ali. Já? Sim, tem graça.
Here we are again. Carava. If you were a tortoise, Torgal, where would you hide?
Be safe.
It looks like we found him.
Tortuga deserto. É, ele ignora completamente o Josh. Vai que me curou. Segurei pra mim, vai. Acabou.
I better get these materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype.
Obediza. Eu tive o larejo. Tem uma missão, velho. Ele não vai voltar pro esconderijo, tem coisinhas pra fazer aqui.
Let's go.
Eu já tinha ido lá. Ai, ai. Foda. Belzecão. Claro não. O menino Clive tá bravo.
I can walk from here. This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry is still here.
Cronograma de treinamento. Os exercícios de hoje consistirão de pátio pesado, 20 sacos de areia durante o tempo determinado pelo instrutor. A fornalha, a intensidade do fogo aumentará gradativamente. O bate real de 1 a 3 cães infernais, dependendo do desempenho.
Conditioning. This is nothing short of torture.
Conservatório Badbach. Decreto de incorporação. Reino Eloed incorpora por meio dessa instituição, onde portadores jovens receberão a oportunidade de oferecer seus serviços ao Estado como soldados. Recrutas que são como a maldição. Tá nessa aqui não.
Disposed of. Herman wasn't exaggerating. It's a wonder he survived this place. I need to find that registry. This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way to find out. A forked white tree. This must be the place. Could really be buried here. There's something hidden among the roots. Let's see. This must be the registry.
Conservatório Badbach. Registro de perda de portadores. 846B, 08 16D. Hans, 10 anos. Purificação. Alfred, 9 anos. Sucumbiu ao treinamento. Franz, 12 anos. Purificação. Paulina, 10 anos. Emaciação. 646B. Nossa mês e o dia. Bruno, 11 anos. Castigado por tentativa de fuga. Johanna, 2 anos. Castigado por tentativa de fuga. Reinhard, 9 anos com treinamento. Marta sucumbiu ao treinamento. Lothar, petrificação.
So many names. This place was a slaughterhouse. But where is the architect of all this misery? It was only a matter of time, I suppose. This place is cursed.
Ah, entendi porque tem que ser grandão aí. Tinha esse bicho pra cuidar das crianças.
Nice try.
Gastou aí, é foda. Serra, se junte ou não?
Nice try.
Não consegue, né? Viado.
It's over.
Ferrou, vou.
I'm done here. Let's get the registry back to Herman.
Rapaz, velho, por que tanta missão secundária assim? Não, vai falar que tem caçada nova. Puta merda. Lamento da Banshee. Garlic, Boulevard.
I hear that you traveled to Ash. Did you by any chance recover the...
I did. Yes.
If I may? The bearer registry.
Quase não tem fim.
The director was a brutal man. He got no worse than he deserved.
The registry was all I found beneath the tree. There was no sign of a body. Nor any record of what happened to the children after the orphanage closed.
I pray that at least some of them survived. All their names are here. The ones we lost. My friends. My light in those dark, I can still remember their faces. Like it was yesterday. Children who were taken from their bunks in the morning, never to return. No explanation ever offered.
They'd be happy to know that you survived, Herman.
But why did I make it out alive, when so many others died in that awful place?
It's not your fault. And blaming yourself won't bring them back. Honor their memory. See that their names live on. That way at least. They're never truly gone.
Thank you. Sid, I'm going to write a book. An account of the horrors of Badbach. These all of Valistia will know in the name of those I lost.
Neither will I.
These records would have been buried for all eternity.
De nada. Não, dei 1000 de experiência. Top.
Has Little Doll been hit?
Fala, doida.
Mid, tell me this is all you need.
You make it sound like I asked you to save the world or something.
Tell me this is all you need.
Most of what I need. After you left, I went over the figures again, and I realised I'd forgotten a 1 and a 0.
And
cogwheel. Just a tiny one. Though, that's the problem. Gears that small are a bastard to make, and I may have lost the one Blackthorn spent a fortnight toiling over.
Wait. The children. When they took apart your scales, there was a tiny brass gear. Now that I think about it, they didn't use it when we put the scales back together.
The young'uns? But why would the... You know what? I don't want to know. I'll keep working on the model. You go and find that cog.
Olha com as crianças no átrio. Aí, criançada.
Sid, is Mid still hiding from us?
She wasn't hiding. She's fine. She's just busy working on her next project.
A new invention? What is it? What is it? Is it an airship? I bet it's an airship!
Do you think she'll let us help?
That just so happens to be why I'm here. She needs something special, something only you three can provide. A brass gear. A tiny one. One that might fit on, say, a set of scales.
Oh, the one you forgot! We remember!
We saved it, just in case. It's in the bag of bits.
Since your lesson, we've been disassembling, then reassembling everything we can find. All the pieces that are left over, we keep under our beds, just in case.
That's good to know.
Look! I found it!
Passa pra cá,
Is that
pirralho.
all? Just a gear? We have more parts.
That's all for now. But I'll let Mid know about your hoard. Just in case.
Thanks, Sid.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet? Well, did they have it?
They did. And they kept it somewhere nice and safe. Will it work?
Will it work? It's perfect! You're a genius, Clive.
What exactly are you going to use it for?
Only the most important job of all. The wings aren't going to move on their own, but with the right cog in the right place, well, you just wait and see. That should do it. Here goes nothing. Titan's tits.
It wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes, children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head, or do I follow my heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying. But imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm going to take all my mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
All that hard work.
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie.
Eu louco nos cachorros.
But it isn't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm going to bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out. I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Right.
Of course, if I'm putting this engine at the end of a treasure hunt, I'll still need to make it a treasure. It won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even make a toy boat fly after all. My dad always said it in the size of a dream that's important, is it, Clive? Only that it's a good one. And I reckon I've got a fair few good ones left in me.
I'm sure you do.
Só 6.000, velho. E eu não gostei. Leitura de aeronave, parece os aposentos de Clive. Meu Deus, quanta missão secundária.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project?
Coisinhas pra mim?
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Is everything we've received and everything promised?
Se for possível acreditar na capitã bêbada com quem compartilhei uma mesa ontem, os relatos de suas proezas conseguiram cruzar o oceano e chegar ao grande continente. E mais, ela diz que tem pessoas que torcem pelo seu sucesso. Ela é uma delas. Jetar.
You earned this.
Luvas Gang. Nossa, cara, falta bastante ainda. Enigma dos Decaídos.
How are you doing? Here you go.
Sobe nova direção 2. Ah, não, é. Esse velho tá incomodando as putas de novo. Puta que me pariu. Fala, tiozão.
Sid, I was wondering if you could help me.
It depends what with.
A bearer, recently freed from his bonds, is keen to join the Curse Breakers. As you know, the work we do is not easy, which is why we test every volunteer's suitability.
I don't mind, but why this one?
Because he wants to be a scout. Our ranks are filled with men and women capable of breaking chains and putting slavers to the sword. But scouting, we're few with the nose for that, which is why we still rely so heavily on Gav. And since he accompanies you on so many of your missions, I thought you might be better placed to recognize the traits in him that we should look for in those who'd fill his boots.
Sounds reasonable.
So you happy to oversee the boys' test, then?
One can never have too many scouts.
Truer words, Sid. I'll let the initiate know that you'll be attending his trial, and that he is to proceed directly to Northreach in readiness.
No time like the present, eh?
No time like the present. I'll await you there.
Puta que pariu.
Northreach. I don't suppose they could have chosen somewhere closer.
Tem uma missão lá. Puta que pariu, velho.
Lazare might at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
I'm nervous.
Well met, Sid. This is the initiate. Ember, present yourself.
At your service, Master.
Please, just Sid. There are no masters here. Your life is your own.
Oh, of course. Thank you, Sid. The sergeant says you'll be evaluating me at my trial.
To become a scout, yes. You are aware of the dangers inherent in that role.
I am. But I swore I'd face them. Just like the man who saved my life.
Who would that be?
Gav. It was him who found me and freed me. No magic, no support, just one man and his nose. Came and sniffed me out. It taught me what one man can do if he puts his mind to it. And I've been training ever since, so that one day I can be someone's saviour, just like Gav was mine.
I'm sure he'd be flattered. You clearly have good intentions, Ember. And it sounds like you're under no illusions. Stick to this path.
So, what? Have I passed?
You haven't even started yet. Now listen. Not far from here is an Imperial lookout, Eastwatch. The guards there record all their sightings in a logbook. You are to find it and bring it here.
And bring it here, right. Anything else?
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded Imperial outpost and stealing the logbook will be quite sufficient. You will need to assess the situation, determine a point of entry, create a distraction and effect an escape, all without being discovered and thrown into an Imperial oubliette.
Ember, Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything. It's essential that you know your limits.
Know my limits, right. I won't let you down.
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out. But keep a weather eye on him all the same, would you?
On my way. All right, Ember. Impress me.
Será que eu já fui lá alguma vez?
Let's go.
Não tô lembrado agora.
These are clean kills. Perhaps young Ember really is ready.
É, eu acho que é.
Damn it. Ember, draw your sword!
I can't!
Then run! If you want him, you'll have to go through me. Nice try. Over here!
Assim, é ponto do garoto. Enfrentar um dragão não é coisa simples, não. Segura, Fênix. Ixi, já morreu.
Ember, are you... Gone. Of course. Scouts really are a rare breed. Back to Northreach it is then. Fly, Ambrosia.
Acho que eu não vou conseguir pular. O joguinho não deixa, cara. Porra, me dá um bicho que voa. Que plano. Ele não deixa planar.
Safe.
O moleque desistiu mesmo?
I didn't expect you back so soon. Where is Ember? How did he fare?
I thought I'd find him with you. He must have fled. I followed him to Eastwatch, where I found him being set upon by a wild Avis. He was just standing there. Didn't even draw his sword. I had to step in and take care of things. But by the time I had, he was nowhere to be seen. I assumed he'd set off in your direction, but apparently not.
I'm sorry, Sid. I knew the boy had a nervous streak, but he seemed like...
The right man for the job? I believe this is the logbook you tasked me with retrieving.
How did you... Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy saving your skin.
What? Wasn't that what you asked me to do? To bring the thing back without getting caught?
He has you then, Azar. And he did it all on his own.
But Sid,
He did what he thought was best. And now I have to decide whether I agree.
Of course. We'll await your evaluation back at the hideaway. Don't you leave my sight.
Yes, Sergeant.
Moleque filha da puta.
This won't be an easy decision.
Moleque liso esse aí.
There's something about it.
You should have seen.
Welcome back, Sid.
Welcome back, Sid.
Yes. Welcome back. Trip wasn't too much of a pain in the arse, I heard. Truth be told, it was me who suggested roping you in to help with the trial. But from what I hear, things didn't go quite as planned.
No, they most certainly did not.
Isso aí, ué. O bicho foi esperto. Enquanto cuidava do perigo, ele foi lá fazer o trabalho de ladrãozinho. É o que a gente precisa.
Ember lost his nerve in the face of a beast of prey, but he didn't lose heart. He pressed on, and he achieved his aim. And is that not what we ask of our scouts?
Indeed it is. Thank you for your honest appraisal, Sid. The fact remains, however, that Ember will not always have a battle-hardened warrior on hand to pluck him from the jaws of peril. All I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching his back, Ember is little more than a liability.
Wait, Sergeant. Ember still has much to learn, it's true. And this time he was found wanting. I'd say he's due a second chance, nonetheless. After all, he did do as you asked.
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade, and any mind can conquer its fears. But a scout's nose is different. You've either got one, or you ain't. And by sniffing out that lock, young Ember here has shown he has a conquer laugh. Wouldn't do to waste it now, would it?
Fine. One more chance.
I'll do whatever you ask. I'll spend my days and nights in the pit if I have to. I'll show you. Just you wait.
Soft as a brush, that one. But his heart's in the right place. Just like someone else would. And if you ask me, we've been leaning on him for far too long. That time the curse breakers took some of the weight off his shoulders, I reckon.
Good night.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will you? I won't have him thinking he's been hard done by. Next thing you know, he'll be asking for a day off. Chance would be a fine thing.
Forgive me, Sid. This did not play out as I expected.
Things rarely do these days. But that's why we need men like Ember more than ever. Men who can make the best out of a bad situation. Remember that.
I will, Sid.
Missão concluída. Mais um para a conta do pai. Surgiu uma nova missão, caralho.
Sid, do you have a moment?
By all means.
Fala, tia.
It's my old master. Seems there's no escaping her. She found some way to send me a letter. And something else. Records from a Waluda prison. Seems they were keeping a lot of bearers there.
How did she come by such a thing?
Finding bearers always was her strong point. And it seems the cells of Balmung Dark are full of them. Foreign captives, the masterless. Bearers no one would miss. And even better for her. Bearers with no one to look after them. When ether started lapping at the walls, the jailers fled.
Leaving the bearers to be liberated by whoever happened to come along next.
Sid, I'd like to believe that I've earned your trust by now. And while I'm well aware that you've forbidden curse breakers from traveling to Waleed, I can't let those bearers die in their cells. I'd rather risk shipwreck on the Shadow Coast than leave them to starve.
We'll be needing the Enterprise if we're going to navigate the Narrow.
Does that mean...
I'm making an exception, that we travel together. And we stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable place at the best of times. We save as many as we can, and we leave.
Thank you, Sid. There wasn't Chadwick. Another of my former master's protégés. A gifted soldier, and the closest thing I had to family. The thought of him held captive in that place.
He must be very important to you.
He was. Is.
Then we find him.
The entrance to the prison lies in the shadow of Ravenwit walls. We should head there as quickly as we can. I only pray...
As do I, Doris.
Será? Olha só onde é.
Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by a Kashik. I need to hurry. Time to fight.
Segura aí pra mim, vai. Segurou pro pai. Nossa, aquele bicho tá ali de novo. Um bicho chato. Seguro grosso. Nossa, coitado assim. Ai, explodiu! Explodiu.
There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with Akashic. Most likely guards left behind when the wardens ran. If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may already be.
Don't give up hope just yet, but let's move quickly. Let me check the ground floor. The ether's thickest there.
Then I'll search the upper level. Good luck, Sid. Stay safe.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer? I hope not. We're risking a lot just being here. Better keep my eyes open for signs of life.
Não tem como sair, vai tomar no cu.
Locked up tight.
Encontre e resgate os portadores prisioneiros. 1 de 3. Rapaz, não tinha visto você aqui. Treva de Balmume, decreto de designação.
So this place was no ordinary prison. And I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled.
Rapaz, que prisioneiro que eu resgatei. Esse jogo tá ficando louco. Tem como subir mais? Sacanagem. E aí, galerinha, segura aí pra mim, vai. É sobreviver, velho.
No sign of any bearers yet. I hope you have better luck downstairs.
Tem que achar uma chave. Mas o bichinho tá ficando resistente, hein? Pra que ele jogar ele pra longe assim, Clevão? Coisa foi há quanto tempo reconhecido como uma espécie especialmente agressiva.
Minimal loss of Waluda lives. Even the Imperials take better care of their brand.
Falar que até os imperiais tratam seus escravos melhor que isso é foda. O bagulho tá feio aqui mesmo, então.
They were feeding bears to it. This is even worse than I'd feared. Looks like they're caching down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on.
Pô, agora que eu já fui lá em cima. Ei, Jorginho, filha da puta. Bom, vai limpar o caminho.
No luck downstairs. But I did find out that this place was more than just a prison. Something far more sinister was happening here.
I know. I've been reading some of these documents. Bearers die every day in service of their masters, but pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits? And all in order to bring about more death. And not just those who could fight, but the elderly, and those who wouldn't, or couldn't, were...
I'm afraid it means they were fed to the monstrosity they kept here.
Then we're too late.
Don't say that.
A key. But it doesn't fit any of the locks on this floor.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. There's a corridor I haven't searched yet. Finish up here, then come and find me when you're ready.
All right.
Chato carcereiro. Mais nada, né? Cadê essa fera? Vai matar ela. Não, vai botar pra fuder. Mas isso no próximo episódio.